Don't watch that. Watch this. This is the heavy, heavy monster sound.
Hello, GI, and welcome once again to the Haberdashery boys here in sunny Haberdashery room, the studio, the Haberdash studio. We got a massive show lined up today, haven't we?
It's huge. I tell you, we've been putting things together for ages. I've got the sewing machine going. My mother's got her sewing machine going. Your mother's got her sewing machine going.
Knitting and stuff. Yeah,
it's amazing.
You got nothing ready, have you?
No.
No, you didn't prepare anything, have you?
Nothing whatsoever.
No.
I've been busy.
You've been busy, yeah. Doing what? Gallivanting. Now restrictions are gone. Gallivant. That's all you do now.
Gallivant, that's a lovely word. I like that word, gallivant. That's an old English word, isn't it?
Well, most words are English and old, but
no,
yeah.
They're either Latin, Greek.
Gallivant, it sounds almost Spanish or French.
Gallivant.
Oh, Gallivant, eh.
No, I think it's English.
I had
it's
a kilo
nice,
of Gallivant the other day.
Sir Gallivant.
See, yeah.
And Princess Gallivante.
Yeah, I love, some words stick in your head, don't they? And you just like to say them, I remember Alpha. You don't like the Will Ferrell movies, but Francisco.
Nail gun. That sticks in your head.
There are words that get stuck in my head, I don't know why.
Yeah.
But Coolaroo.
Coolaroo.
It's a Coolaroo.
It's a cool name, but the area.
The area's not. No.
Well, actually, we knew someone that lived in Coolaroo many years ago.
Did we?
Yeah. Fab.
Oh, Fab, yeah. Speaking of Fab, Gio, brilliantly done. Later on, given about 5 minutes or so, we can actually call up our friend Fab. Well, if he's still our friend, isn't he?
No, he's still up. He's still voting. He's coming back from the voting booth from, I think there's still been a few things that they've had to do over there.
Well, he's had to change his vote 4 or 5 times, but he's in the US now, so Fab's in the US.
Yes.
And we've asked if he can come on and give us a bit of an update on the shenanigans that are happening over there.
Well, there's many things. I mean, because especially coming this week, isn't it Thanksgiving or something like that?
Is it Thanksgiving coming up?
Yeah, I think so.
You just had Halloween, don't they? Halloween's big, isn't it? Isn't that their Christmas over there?
Yeah, mate, they've got so many holidays that we're trying to introduce here in Australia. So maybe we can ask him and see whether we're doing the right thing.
Yeah, what exactly is Thanksgiving? Oh, we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out. We'll find out everything American from Fab in just a moment. But as of, this week, restrictions been eased massively in Melbourne. We've had 24 days straight of donuts. 00, no deaths, no cases. So
Dan the man has done it.
Now everyone's jumping on the bandwagon, aren't they? Dan's the one. He's the one that's done it.
Well, not only here in Australia, but even overseas. Sweden, who came up with the big idea that they wanted to do the herd mentality.
Just let it run riot. Yeah.
Apparently now they've turned it right around because it's failed.
Oh, it hasn't worked?
No.
Wow.
And now they're looking to Victoria.
What's happened over there? Yeah.
Sounds German. But in Sweden, but now they're looking at Dan to bring in that COVID restriction thing. Apparently, it hasn't worked.
Like we said last week, Gio, London's doing it. Well, 10 o'clock curfew because from 10 o'clock the virus goes to sleep as well. So, you don't do it. But yeah, well, look, it's worked. You got to give him credit now.
Yeah.
Brett Sutton now, he's the man.
He's gone back to sexy Sutton again. No longer is he the crooked Sutton.
No, sexy Sutton.
Yeah, he's back to sexy
everything's
Sutton.
Forgiven.
Yeah.
All the tax frauding and everything else he did. Yeah, he's good to go.
And the hotel security. Yeah.
Well,
on the wayside.
Dan Andrews, our Premier, made a funny sort of statement today. He said
he always makes funny statements. I like him.
We will be accepting overseas travellers soon. He goes, no offence to previous guards and security guards. We're using our own people for now. That's what you should have done in the first place, but yeah.
But he's actually quite funny, Dan, because he even explained the mask situation as a Bunnings situation.
Oh, yeah.
So he explained to people, he said on Twitter, he goes, explain the mask. If you go inside Bunnings, you have to wear a mask. If you go outside Bunnings in the car park, don't have to wear a mask. If you go to the sausage sizzle line,
that's hard
mask.
To say.
Sausage sizzle line. You try saying it. With all your rest. You have to wear a shield.
Yeah,
a
then
sausage
you have to
sizzle,
wear
a
it,
sausage
so-
sizzle mask. No,
good.
you have to wear a mask. So until he explained it, I like that.
Yeah.
Sausage sizzle.
Sausage sizzle mask.
Sausage sizzle mask.
Can't say that.
We've got a top 5 as well.
We do have a top 5. So
Today, with I suppose it's a case of that we're going to lose all these masks.
yeah,
The top 5 is what are we going to do with these hundreds of millions of masks that we've imported from overseas?
that's right. Now,
From China.
Everyone's loaded up on masks like they did with toilet paper.
Yeah.
What can you do with these masks? So our top 5 this week will be top 5 things to do with a mask. Yes,
with a face mask.
face mask. That's right.
Yes.
You want to kick us off with a story? While you do that, Gi, in line of what we've been doing all week, I've
Yep.
got a bottle of wine here that I'll open up.
Yep.
This one is, I think it's from Chile, Gi.
Chile
Now, we've
I
had
love
this
the
argument
Chile.
before. Chilean?
or Chilean?
Chilean.
It's Chilean.
It's Chilean.
No, it's Chilean.
Who says Chilean? That's not even a proper word.
A Chilean says it's a Chilean.
It's not it's,
They say it in Chilean though.
no, they say Chilean. You say
It's-
Chilean.
No,
No.
it's not Chilean. It's Chilean.
It's a Chilean wine.
It's a wine from Chile.
It's a wine.
All right, so very quickly, just a very quick story. I know that a lot of people move in and out of houses, especially in today's environment, a lot of rentals and things like that. So every time you go into a house, you find certain things. And sometimes when you leave certain things behind. But one of the most important things, or one of not the most important things, one of the strangest things that someone's actually found when they've moved into a house and they've cleaned it out was as they were digging through old cupboards and things like that, they found in a little container. And they thought, oh, that's strange. They had a look at the little container, and inside was a heart,
An actual heart.
an actual heart.
Oh.
So I'm
I
thinking,
don't suppose it's any good.
I don't know. Children, if it was ticking, I'd be worried. But so that goes to show, I mean, that's one of the real strangest things that anyone's ever found in a house.
Not just found, but keep in the first place. Why would you keep it?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was his girlfriend's. Who knows?
Maybe it was his.
Maybe it was his.
What, Dr. Frankenstein's house, was there anything else found in there? Was
Like he found it in the fridge, you know, because maybe he was a cold-hearted person.
a brain, AB normal? No?
I don't know. I'm just that was one of those
A couple of fingers, a couple of lungs. What? Who leaves a heart in a box?
They found an arm. They found because he was armless.
Was his name Lefty? He tried to shoulder the family pain. Yeah.
He fingered it. I tell you,
He came in handy around the house.
I thumb my nose at you.
He was knuckling down before. But that happened after he left the army, right? What have you found? Anything like? Because when you moved into your house, did you find anything unusual?
Well, our house was pretty old. The only thing I found was newspapers.
Yeah, we found lots.
Yeah, but for the future, not old ones. That one scared the shit out of me. But no, we did. We found newspapers underneath and everything like. But nothing too exciting. Usually, people find gold or pennies.
No, they don't. It's not usual. People make it up. Nobody finds that. It's rubbish.
Oh, okay, all right. Well,
We found a shitload of beer bottles. That's what we found everywhere in the house.
long necks or short necks.
The lot. I don't like to discriminate, G. I think there was lots. Yeah. That's interesting.
I was going to say because it's one of the things that a lot of things that people actually think that I'm going to make a living out of this is finding out old crap that's in the houses.
Yeah.
But
We found a few interesting, like some maps. I think the person who previously owned a house here was an older type gentleman. He may have been in the army as well. And there was a map of, I think it was around the Anzac period.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, a beachfront sort of a thing. It was an army map. So I've got that.
it was probably rye. Claiming it as Gallipoli or something. He just changed.
We're advancing on Rosebud.
Sorrento.
Here we come.
Over there. Yeah.
Gee, well, in line of that, and I think that's a brilliant segue over there, Gi.
Oh, yeah, they can say that.
It gives me a great amount of pleasure to introduce from all the way across the other side of the world.
The ditch, can we call that the
Like,
big ditch?
If we're down under, are they the up and over?
Mate, they're really over.
They're over the top.
Over the top.
We welcome and cheers to our US correspondent, Fab. Welcome to the Haberdashery Show, my friend. How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. I love the smell of ignorance and COVID in the morning. That COVID denial smell, that ignorance. It smells like victory. Like victory, boys. It's good to be back.
Just a quick question. Have you got any COVID cases over there?
Have you heard of this COVID thing? Have you heard of it?
But look, first of all, it's the China. This is China flu.
The China
flu. The China. Terrible people. Great food. Terrible people. Just a couple of cases. This here is first day of school outfit in America. I've become quite acclimatized. So this is just for your first graders. You know, you just want something small, just something small to start off with.
Yeah.
Just let you know, I think I'm going to get divorced after this. Hey, so good to see you.
What time is it over there for you?
What time is it there?
1:45 Sunday morning. So
that's all.
I'm about to go to church, so of course I've got my Jameson cold brew. Fada.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's I'm going to bring this over if we make it, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't realize when I watched V for Vendetta, you know, it was like the plague state. I'm like, oh, it's happening. But if I get over,
you guys are actually in lockdown at the moment, aren't you?
No,
like
we are. So it's crazy. So here's the thing. Every state governs differently. Now, our Governor Whitmer, who people hate, but she's been a hard ass like from day one. So we are definitely, we've been in lockdown since April.
Okay.
She's called another full lockdown. So everybody's back at home. She is really sort of saying to people not to get together for Thanksgiving, which most people are grateful for because they hate their families. So, you know, so everybody, her popularity skyrocketed. But you know, according to you know to our fearless leader, there's nothing to worry about. You know, I got COVID, nothing. He got COVID like 2 days, nothing.
Yeah, he got over it. You rubbed some Vicks on him, and yeah, it was done.
And it's because of him that the vaccine is going to be released so quickly. He said that if it wasn't because of him, it would have taken 4 extra years, but he's now pushed it forwed. And you're going to get it next week.
This just in, the votes come in. He's also won the seat of Coolroo. So he's declared Coolroo as a legal vote.
And Sunbury.
I gotta tell you, like, it's surreal. The whole experience has been surreal. I am the only house, me and another bloke's the only house that, like, for 4 months we've had like Trump signs everywhere, and there's a street.
Is that dangerous? Is that dangerous where you are?
At the end, it's no. I gotta tell you, like, this is sort of like Bedford Falls, you know, like in like It's a Wonderful Life. But you got a lot of old white people, right? You know, there's a lot of old white people, I mean, but like, I'll be honest, like for the last couple of weeks, you've been going to do shopping. There's like a shopping strip, and there's a car park, and it's Women for Trump. And it's I'm not kidding, it's the rally, Women for Trump, and it's a pink Trump sign. So I don't know how he feels about it. You know?
Oh, like, sorry. I thought you meant they were women for Trump, as in he could actually take.
I'll have you. No, I don't want you. You know, you're fired. You're out.
Sorry. You mean there's a political group?
Sorry, what was that, Gino?
I thought you said it was, that's right. It's a political group. I thought it was just a group of women there.
But you know, I'm in two minds because you guys have to admit it's been the most amusing president ever. Now, Gio, I watched you last week, and you were saying about, like, you know, George Bush. Yeah, George Bush looks like a Rhodes freaking scholar next to this man. Okay, let's get that straight. Let's get that straight. George Bush looks like a Rhodes scholar, right? He's like that. You know, I mean, George Bush is sitting there eating his Kentucky Fried Chicken. Right? I go, Papa, he looks, this man's just stupid. That's my worst American accent. I gotta tell you.
How come you don't have it? How come you don't have an American accent? That's what I want. How long you been there now?
10 years. 10 years.
And no accent. What's going on?
Listen, man. You can take, as Santo Chilaro said, you can take the boy out of Brunswick, but you can't take Brunswick out of the boy. So it's. I gotta tell you, when I first came here, the difference in words. I had my bum pack, right? My bum bag. And the guy's like, "Excuse me, sir, can you take off your fanny pack?" Now, if the guy didn't have a machine gun, we would have thrown down. Right? We would have thrown down. But of course, he had a machine gun. It's LA. I'm like, But
and he was only serving. He was on the soft serve machine. That was
he
wasn't
was.
even that guy.
Exactly.
Taxi, sir.
Because where are you located, Fab? Where are you located? You're in between Chicago.
I'm like 45 minutes south of Detroit. I'm in Trenton. It is like it's basically the Moody Ponds of downriver, right?
Sure.
So it's like I think I saw I caught a glimpse of a black person once. It's the whitest neighborhood. Like,
really?
But I have to tell you something. Look, all jokes aside, I got to tell you this. America's got like the best and the worst people, right? Like we're seeing this. Yeah. But I have to tell you, this neighborhood is like, when I moved into this house, I had a few things to do, right? And I met somebody who's like, I got to do some plumbing. And she's like, oh, my father will come over. I've never met this guy. Next thing I know, I got this bloke coming over, right? He's got the overalls. It's like Mickey Rooney, a taller version of Mickey Rooney. I was like, hey, kids, let's throw a party. He's got his mates. They're in the basement. They're doing shit. I'm making like, coffee and toast and whatever for these guys. It's morning, making them breakfast. And they're like, you should come down and have dinner with us. And I did. I went to have dinner. It was lovely. Lovely. Just the bit, like the most. And I didn't even know this bloke. So very nice people.
Now when you turn the gas stove, the water comes out of the...
Yes, exactly.
It's Three Stooges.
But on the way to Huey's house for dinner, we spoke about the Negroes. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Like you guys should have known this.
And that was our US correspondent, Fab. Thanks for coming.
That's a good point. I actually met a Greek guy today. If you preempt a commentary with a disclaimer, is it okay to say anything you want? Like if you start a conversation with, I've never met this guy before in my life, and he comes up to me and he goes, I'm not racist. But those black people...
Exactly.
Is that okay to do?
No. You can't.
It's not really, but I will say this. And I don't know what's the rating of the show? We are at is it an MA or is it an R?
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm gonna say this. One thing I'm proud of in my 10 years, soft cock is now in the lexicon of the people of Trenton. They love that term.
Wasn't there before? They hadn't heard of it.
So I'll tell you how that came about, right? It was after work, we're having some drinks, and there's this guy Jason, and he's just bitching, like, and I've had a couple of drinks, and I'm like, and you forget after a while, like you just basically just sort of get into, like I've been here that long, I'm just going to be me, and this guy was just bitching, and I'm like, seriously, Jason, stop being a soft cock. He's like, soft cock? What's a soft cock? A soft cock? And I'm like, it's like pussy, don't be a pussy. Like you're being a pussy. And he goes, oh my God, soft cock. Now what was funny, here's the thing, true story. The women in our group thought it was very progressive and forward thinking, like that is so much better than pussy because I'm tired of women. Soft cock is flaccid and they love it. So it's like, so what's funny is they feel like I'm really progressive. They're like, God bless you. God bless you. They don't know you, do they?
They just thought that was something that they could get their hands on. That's what it was.
Exactly. but I got to tell you, look, it's a little bit, it's crazy at the moment, right? Because you've got like the news, and then you've got the Twilight Zone, which is Trump's world, right? Like, so the news will be basically saying, like we're ready to go. Trump's like, the count just came in. I'm not joking. There is a group next Sunday that are actually swearing Trump in for his second term. Right? They are not kidding.
I want to live in that world. I want to be in that.
It's fascinating. What's great? Cheers, by the way. What's great?
Salud.
What's great is this. I'm not gonna lie. It must be the same over there. I'm sort of sad to see him go because we thought George Bush had material. Forget it. Forget it. Donald Trump is the Jerry Lewis, Abbott Costello rolled into one. Nobody can write his material.
But
True story.
Do you think he actually takes himself seriously, or does he just put himself out there and says, you take it as any way you want?
I have a theory. I think what happened was this. I think 4 years ago, Trump was with his mates. He was sort of drunk. They were daring him. Right? And Trump's like, you know what? I'm going to do it. You know? They're like, they've had a couple of drinks. And like, you know what you should do? When you do your inaugural speech, pick on the Mexicans. Like, call them rapists and drug dealers. I mean, because this was his first... That was his first speach. Mexicans.
Yeah, that was his first foray into the arena.
Some of them are good, but most of them are drug dealers and rapists, right? Now, you got to give credit to a guy. That's your platform? Really? That's what we're starting with, right? This is what I mean. In the same week, he then goes to Trump Tower. This is a true story. So he's just called them all Mexican rapists. But then he's showing in Trump Tower how he's got the best Mexican restaurant. And he calls up, right? And he calls up Guadalupe. Guadalupe, come in here. And she serves him the Trump taco salad. I can't make this up. And he's like, we have the best taco salad. Guadalupe's been with me for 20 years. She's wonderful. She's like, you prick, you just called me a freaking rapist.
Yeah, right.
And what I love is like Guadalupe's like, yeah, you eat that taco salad. You
yeah, you eat
it.
Yeah, I didn't spit in it.
I love it. I seriously love it. But how, knowing all that, Fab, how did everyone, you voted him in? People voted for that.
I'm going to be serious for me. I'll be serious. My serious voice.
Serious, come on.
Peter Harvey, Canberra. That was my son just getting into my Peter. Is Peter Harvey still alive? I love Peter Harvey. Please tell me he's still alive.
Passed away.
He passed away last year. 2 years ago.
That must have been the longest eulogy, because remember the pauses he used to take? Peter Harvey. He was,
actually, someone got up and did say, and they... Peter, this is Peter Harvey. Good night.
So I am going to be serious for a second, okay? This is my legitimate take. I saw a difference. I came in America at the inauguration of Obama, okay?
Yes. Oh yeah, of course.
And it was a totally different case. The feel was totally different, But I think what happened was, as it always happens, which I'm sure it's the same as Labor over there. When you start ignoring the middle class, right? And I'm sorry, Haberdashery folk. It feels like you're going to be in school for a minute. Let's look at the bell curve. Let's look at the bell curve of the middle class. Let's look at history. But realistically, when the middle class starts suffering, which it's like in Australia, right? And we also had, I don't know if it was the same over there, but they call it the woke movement, the whole ultra PC thing happening, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, we call them greenies.
Okay, the Greens, right. I think what happened was you had Hillary, who's like, you know what? I'm not going to Michigan because they're traditionally Democratic voters. So why am I going to go over there, right?
Yeah.
So they start it's like people like in Brody. You know what I mean? You got a bunch of Muslims on welfare. They're going to vote for me. God. So, right? It's like, right? You're not going to go. So what happened is she started ignoring the safe states, whereas he came here. And he's like, look at her. I'm here. She's not here. She's hanging out with Jay-Z and Beyonce, right? But I'm not kidding. He said that. So, and the other thing was, too, people were sick of this it's called the woke movement here, and the left is got into this whole thing about, so he had a way, and I mean this seriously, I said this like to my friends at the time, disregard this man at your own peril, because he knew how to speak to the Ford workers. He knew how to speak to the truck drivers. He knew how to speak, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, he has employed a lot of those people. Right?
And that's what it is. He's actually done so much.
Yeah, he's a
and that's what it was. He was a businessman, and he brought America back through business.
Look, there's no denying he's a good
and not
businessman.
politics.
No denying he's a good businessman.
No
There's none
denying,
at all.
absolutely.
No. But his people skills
That's
and his diplomacy.
And I
has
think
a lot
this
to,
was.
a lot to
I
be
think
desired.
this was. I think you don't mind if I smoke. I don't think it'll transmit.
I don't know the image you're going to give the kids, though. That's my only concern.
I will say this though, he had, because of that whole woke movement, right?
Yeah.
People, it was refreshing to see somebody say just what he wanted to say.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right?
And I
Like
think that's number one for everyone has said exactly that. It's no longer a politician who's talking, but it seems like a person's talking because they're
It was a
talking
person.
what's on their mind.
Yeah.
And the thing was this, as in all despots and dictators, there's always a kernel of truth to what's happening. There is a problem with illegal immigration here. I've gone through the immigration process, right? There is a problem with the stuff that he was talking about, and nobody had the balls to talk about it, right? And he did.
That's right, and that's a good thing.
And he did have the balls to talk about the minimum wage. And like when he said I can tell you now, when he said to Hillary in the second debate, you guys have been in power for 17, we've had 3 regimes of you. Nobody's increased the minimum wage. He hasn't either. But beside the point. But like what happened was...
beside the point, yeah.
But at the time, right, it was like he's speaking to the people. And you got waitresses and busboys and people going, that's right, man. My wage hasn't gone up. Right? He was talking that language. And I tell you the only other thing too, he understood politics has changed. Let's get real. He had the biggest show, The Apprentice, right?
That's it.
All right, so...
so he knows how to talk through television is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So what went wrong this time? Or what was different this time? Have people just had enough, or did they see
it's like,
or what?
You can't... Well, that's what I was going to say, because, let's fast forward 4 years, right? Yeah. So now, he's, totally in control, fake news and all that.
Yeah.
You had the State of the Union, right? And I was thinking, this is going to be a blast. I had my popcorn ready, my DVR. I'm like, this is going to be the funniest. Forget Eddie Murphy's Delirious. This is going to be the greatest comedy. And he was really restrained. And I'm like, I think the advisor said, listen, man, just, pull back. It's the State of the Union. You got to. But in true Trump fashion, the next night, he had the inaugural. He had his own speech. He made his own television show. Shit you not. I shit you not. Right? And what was awesome, I'm doing this almost verbatim. Right? This is what happened. You're asking me, Funky, this is what happened. He just starts talking, just non sequiturs. He's in this room just telling everybody how great he is. I'm doing this almost verbatim. There was a statue of Abraham Lincoln in this auditorium. And I'm not joking. This is him. He's like, there he is. Honest Abe. Nobody's more honest than me. Maybe me. Nobody's more honest. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something if Honest Abe introduced me on this stadium? Right? And then in the very next breath, I swear to God, in the very next breath, people are cheering. And then in the very next breath, he sees somebody with the Bible, right? And he goes, the Bible.
Oh,
that's a great book.
The Bible.
He sees somebody with the Bible, great book. And he goes, maybe better than Out of the Deal. Maybe just a bit better than Out of the Deal. I love the fact that he and people are cheering. And I'm looking at Dominic and I'm going, this is what went wrong. This was the equivalent of when your kids were 5 and they'll tell you a story. They're like, so I went to school and there was a dog and then the dog crossed the road and my teacher goes, and people are like, what's happening? And everybody was like, I think we put the wrong guy in. Right? He just started he started just talking gibberish. And to your point, I'll be honest, I was very proud of America. They always come in the last thing. I think people were just like, look, man, there's people dying. There's realistically, he's it's we've got this pandemic. the economy is just in the toilet.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, it wasn't a vote for Biden, in my opinion. It was a vote
No.
to get him
Yeah, it was
out.
a vote against Trump.
Yeah, and I think that was the big thing.
Yeah.
I think, but that's great, Fab. But I'm really impressed with that.
We're running out of time a bit, but a few more questions. Just
Sure.
COVID and the virus, and
Yes.
what's the actual attitude over there at the moment? Are people taking it seriously? Are they not?
So
Obviously, he hasn't.
in our
Trump
state,
hasn't.
It's taken a while.
so remember I was telling you it's different in states. In our state, absolutely, we've closed everything. You go out,
Yeah.
people we've only seen I think we've seen Dominique's parents like twice this year. Like we're doing all the whole thing like you guys were doing.
Are you
the
working from home?
Yes, I've been working at home since March.
Okay, so like
So-
us.
So, but the problem is you have Florida. That's why Bugs Bunny used to cut off Florida at the end. Remember Bugs Bunny was cutting off Florida? These guys, everything's open. They don't care. The
There's
governor,
a lot of
which
old
is like-
people down there too. There's a lot of old
Right.
people, isn't there?
and then you've got the South. They still think you got the. So the problem is this: you've got states like New York, Michigan, Ohio. You got these states doing the right thing, but you got 50 states here. So the problem is you've then got these other states not doing it. So it's much like Australia. Everybody had to get on board, right?
Yeah.
But it's easier to contain 6 than 50. So
True.
So like our numbers in Michigan are nothing compared to like Florida. So this is where New York's even good, but it's Florida. It's it's these big states where they're basically Texas. Yeah, it's Texas.
But is there an element of like doubt or thinking that because Trump's promoted
Conspiracy.
the whole China virus? Are people going, well, we haven't really seen it. It's not really out there. It's not affecting us. How can there be millions of people, have it? There can't be thousands of people dying. That's bullshit.
So
is there that element?
So the theory is that America's testing more than everybody else in the world. So we're being we're being too honest. Now I will say this: I've been tested 3 times.
Oh,
So
For
rather
COVID?
than and other things.
Just making sure.
It's been a long winter, boys.
are you getting the nasal twirl in the
Yeah,
throat and the nose and that? Are you getting it that way?
Oh yeah, I like it's right up there.
Have you guys started the digit testing?
That's
no,
new.
not yet. That's new.
Apparently that's the New South Wales one. Grab your
really?
ankles, grab your ankles, and that.
So the one thing is so I've been tested 3 times. So what they do is they count that every time, right? So rather than sort of rather than saying but I mean, look, I'll say this: it's going to be an interesting couple of months, fellas. Like it'll be interesting to see what happens. But you've got people have had enough. You've got Biden, who's basically sort of he's basically said once he gets in, he's national lockdown. He's not going to care about the governors. And he's basically going to make a national thing. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
But look, I got to tell you, this has been great. This has been fantastic.
Yeah.
No,
Go.
one more question.
Wait, so,
I've
I
got-
mean,
That's-
Stu, would you-
I got low battery. I got to shut my phone off. I'm going to say one thing. This weekend, Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Explain what Thanksgiving is.
What am I thanking and giving?
Who are you thanking, and what's the whole thing? What's going on here?
I'm thanking Google that gives me suggestions of what to buy, and Mark Zuckerberg. First of all, can we just talk about that just 2 seconds? All these people worried about they're watching me. I'm the laziest person on earth. Please listen to me, Alexa. True story. I had to look for a new site. My old one was giving me a rash. Boom. Facebook. Go to Dr. Sasquatch. I don't care. You want to see my Pornhub file? Go for your life if you're that bored. All right? So first of all, I'm thankful for Google for giving me suggestions. No, so what it was, it's next weekend. It's next Thursday.
Yep.
It's basically it was technically it was when the Indians and the white Americans got together and they gave.
Are you allowed to say Indian?
Or Native American.
Native
you know?
American. Thank you. Yes.
And it was when the
And-
white guy. Sorry, go ahead,
Native
Joe.
Americans, and the occupiers.
Oh, the occupiers.
Right,
Yep. Sorry,
right,
go on,
the
sir.
occupiers. Yeah, no, and it was, technically they all got together and they're like, oh, look, well, we're very thankful for you teaching us how to, hunt and and very bountiful. And we're going to put smallpox in your blankets and get rid of you all in about 10 minutes. It's like the Pocahontas pass over the mashed potatoes. And it's like, we're going to have you around next year. Wink. And it's like, make sure, get the recipe and then just get rid of it.
Here's some shiny beans. We'll take Manhattan.
In all honesty, I'll tell you this. I didn't understand that it's actually a very nice thing. People do give thanks. We've gone to, especially with Dominique's family, they're the Southerners are the Italians of America.
Oh, yeah.
So they really are. They're like big families, big food. And it's really nice. Like, so you go to dinner and everybody does say what they're thankful for. Like, all jokes aside. So before you have dinner,
okay.
you do. You say, like, I'm thankful for my wife, or I'm thankful that, whatever. And it's very nice.
Are you serious? Are you serious? That's really
dead serious. I'm not making this up. It's a very nice
What if you got nothing? What if you're a grumpy bastard? What if you got nothing? Do you just sit there or...
If you got nothing, what happens is that you basically order in Kentucky Fried Chicken and go to Pornhub. That's it. Like, you stay in your corner, right? You stay in your corner. No,
So,
and
is the whole turkey thing true as well? Is turkey the big?
Yes. I tell you this, boys. I tell you this. I'm actually going to make my first Thanksgiving dinner. So maybe next week we'll see how that goes. But I'll tell you this. I never got it. And then it's like the perfect bite. So what happens is you got the turkey, you've got what they call what do they call it? Sweet potato pie.
Oh, yeah, sweet potato.
Sweet potato pie.
Pumpkin pie. Did you do pumpkin pie?
Pumpkin pie, but the sweet potato pie is eaten with the turkey, so it's this perfect bite. It's turkey, cranberry, sweet potato pie, stuffing, and you get it all in one, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Right. It's like you meet a chick that does everything. When you get that bite, it's like, this turkey does everything. Everything.
How do you cope, though? You got no beans, no peas, no carrots.
Jolly,
for Jolly, where's the broccoli in the middle of all this?
No.
Artichokes.
No, they're all into that. No, they got collard greens, which is basically verdura. They got collard greens. This is verdura. This is verdura. But no, it is. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and all jokes aside, it's an amazing bite of food. It's like a million things sort of happening. And then what happens is they have a Rocky marathon on one of the channels, and it's very true about, like, you fall asleep. True story. I was having dinner. I watched Rocky 2. I woke up and Rocky 5 was on. And then you start again. You just start again. You eat and you start again.
So you're having this dinner for the first time, yeah?
I'm making it on a small scale. Yes.
I reckon what you do is tell everyone you're getting this turkey ready and come out with a quail. And just have a quail on this massive platter and say, I don't know what went wrong. What happened? What went wrong here?
It went in the washing machine. It shrunk.
Did I keep it in too long? Oh my God, these American ovens are throwing me. The ovens, the Fahrenheit. It's a Fahrenheit. I can't handle it.
I love it. What I'll do, I'll see if I can take some video, I'll take some pictures. It's going to be fascinating. It's either going to be a success or you'll see me with P.F. Chang's, the Chinese.
Well, as an Italian doing Thanksgiving, have you got the lasagna ready and the primo, secondo?
To be honest, I've done that. I've converted people. That's Christmas here. I've done that.
Oh, okay.
I make the stracciatella. Although, Joe, I have to tell you this.
Yes.
Do you remember many moons ago, Funky? You must remember this. You invited us to your house for dinner.
Yep.
And I don't know if it was a Sicilian, because we made the stracciatella, like the Romans do, like with the egg. But you made this soup with the tiny meatballs.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes.
I need that recipe, man. I'm still hankering for it. I'm still hankering for that.
chicken broth and meatballs. And actually, you don't want to know what goes in the meatballs. It's like sausages and laws. You don't want to know. You don't want to know what goes into it.
You got to church that up, Joey Joe. You got to church that up. Like it's like my grandmother, like you know. But no, I will. Yeah, it'll be good. But this has been fantastic, boys. I miss you guys. I miss you.
I miss you so much. Yeah, it's been big time, big time.
One final time,
and we thank you.
As we say good morning to you in this fine weather. What's it like over there? What's the temperature?
Are you heading into winter, or are you in winter? Yeah,
we're heading into. Here we go. 4 months of like just procreation and snow.
Well, if it's any consolation, the kids are in the pool at the moment. We're in our shorts here. We're sweating in this room. So
at the moment, if I converted this to, it's about 42, so it's about 10 degrees, which is hot, as you can see. We got like, but no crap. We're probably January. We're gonna head into maybe like minus 16.
Oh shit!
It's crazy. It's crazy.
16.
Hey, true story. Before I go, true story. It was so cold. They had this thing called the polar vortex. I shit you not. True story. Last year, they do the weather, right? Tomorrow, I'm going to do my worst American accent. And tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we have a polar vortex warning. If you do plan to go outside, this is a true story. I'm not making this up. If you do plan to go outside, do not breathe in for more than 8 seconds, as it will cause your lungs to freeze. I'm not kidding, right? So I'm like, this can't be real. So my letterbox is attached to like my wall in the front door, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna get the mail, and like, so all I'm gonna do is literally open the door a crack, put my hand out, get the mail. Dominique says to me, "You gotta dress up." I'm like, I'm not even going outside, mate. I'm literally I'm just putting my hand out. Right?
Soft cocks.
Soft cocks. Fucking frostbite, urinating on my hands for like a week. Because it was minus 27 Fahrenheit. In Celsius.
Minus 27.
In Celsius, that is minus 52 below zero.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, that was Fahrenheit minus 27.
Minus 27 Fahrenheit.
Shit.
I put my hand out. I'm not kidding you, fellas. I put my hand out. She goes, all right, do it at your own risk. I put my hand out. I come back. My fingers are on the floor. The dog's got them. I'm like, my fingers have dropped off. Dog's across the road. Unbelievable. Like, this is the worst.
Oh,
and then what I love is people go to me, yeah, but it's not every year. This shouldn't exist.
Oh, yeah.
But
that's the main thing. Anyway,
cheers.
Great to see you, Fab.
We're
going to call this a night for you or a morning for you, and then we'll probably catch up with you each week if that's all right.
I would love to. I thank you for inviting me, and I feel like I'm home again. Thank you, brothers. I appreciate it.
Anytime. If you need anything from Australia like Vegemite or peanut butter, let us know.
Or some heat.
Yes, absolutely.
with some briquettes.
All right.
Charles Fab, thank you so much.
You.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, that was Fab out. Our US lived up to expectations, Gio.
I tell you, how great was that?
Oh, it's so good to hear his voice. He's a funny man. Funny bloke.
I've missed him.
Yeah.
10 years he's been gone.
I didn't realise. I would have said 5. I would have said 3-4 years. So.
Oh, no, I do realise. Because he came back. He came back to see his parents and everything.
Yeah. But I would have said 3-4. Yeah, unbelievable. But great to hear. And it's good to hear like what things are actually like.
Oh, on the other side of the world.
Because you think that can't be true what some of the stuff that we hear and we assume. Like Thanksgiving. Like,
we've taken on a lot of...
It's actually quite nice that they actually sit around and say, I'm thankful for you and what you do, and that's nice.
But we've taken on most of their holidays without understanding why we've taken on their holidays.
True.
So we do Halloween, and you do that quite well, I have to admit. You're a big Halloween-ish person.
Would you think Thanksgiving would kick off here?
Well, apparently it already has.
No.
Shopping.
What?
Apparently now we all have Black Friday, which is this Friday coming, because of Thanksgiving. Because in America, it's one of the biggest shopping days prior to Christmas. And this is
my question to you is: I think it's a good. I think it's probably one of the better holidays that they have.
Well, that's something if we understood what it was. But now that we do, we should have it.
But Gio,
yes, but
can we still call it Black Friday?
Well, that's what I got confused with. My wife thinks
Like they've just changed. They've gone through just now and changed Chicos and Redskins.
I did like someone posted car thieves.
You can't say that. And they've just changed the names of lollies and sweets.
Redskins.
Yet they're still calling it Black Friday.
Yeah, well,
Surely someone's going to arc up.
Oh, of course. Black Lives Matter. Black Fridays matter.
Black Fridays matter by the sound.
But yeah, well, that's the Black Friday. Is in America? It's huge. This is the biggest shopping day prior to Christmas.
Yeah.
And we're taking it on board.
Oh,
But we don't have Thanksgiving.
Hang on, we do the Black Friday, and not the Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we do the Black Friday, but not. Why?
I don't know that will kick on. I can't see
It's huge.
Australians
Not Thanksgiving, but Black Friday will.
like sitting there going, "Yeah, good on you, mate. Thanks, thanks for coming over and drinking me beer.
Thanks for laying me concrete.
Good on you." I mean, we sort of do that all the time anyway. We don't need a day to do that.
Thanks to my wife for cooking my meals.
Yeah. Thank you for ironing my shirt. All that stuff.
Thank you. Thank you to my neighbour for leaving her drawers up, her blinds up. That's not the thank you?
I don't know if that's what it's about.
That's not the thank you we're looking for. Okay.
No.
All right.
Now, we've got a couple of, like I said, we've got a top five we need to get through.
We're going to get the top five in honour of Donald Trump.
I got my GI test. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I got a
okay.
little thing there. Do you want to do top five?
Yeah, let's do
Let's go top five.
3, 2.
Now, top five today is in honour of Dan Andrews and the success that he's doing, GI. I thought we'd get into
Super Dan.
Because nobody's going to use masks anymore.
Well,
what are you going to?
We brought in like 1 million masks from China.
Yeah,
that was the only thing we could get from China.
So, before they take over the world of copper and everything else and the economy.
Yeah, that's right.
What are we going to do with all these masks that are left over? So that's what our top five is. Top five uses for masks. Now, coming in at number five is what I thought, GI, is like mushrooms. You go to the Coles and Woolies and all that. You get mushrooms, they put them in a paper bag.
Yes. Yep.
Masks, mango holder. That mango fits perfectly in a mask.
I love it.
And just you can walk around and it doesn't bruise. It stays nice and suspended.
Well, you have it hanging on the actual trolley.
Yeah, hang it on the end of the
Trolley, yeah, that's right. At the end there. Perfect.
I think
Instead
that'll
of
work.
bags, disposable.
Yeah.
Ideal. Have your own.
You
Disposable.
bring you with you. Yeah, and just I'll have an avocado and just put it on a trolley and off you.
And it bruises, because avocados bruise. You know
They
one
do,
bruise.
but not
So
on
you
the
want it
hanger.
separate.
Not in the mask, won't bruise.
A hammock.
A hammock as such, an avocado hammock.
An avocado hammock. Love it. Coming in at number 4. What? Tea strainer.
Yeah, because a lot of people make like
Coffee and tea strainer. Not
coffee and tea.
just.
They make pots of tea.
Yes.
You can either in and squeeze the tea, or do you pour it into the mask and it strains out? Which way do you want to do
You
it?
sit it on top of the cup.
Oh, over the cup.
Over
Yeah,
the cup. You put the mud
in.
Yeah, put the handles sit at the bottom, holds it in place. Put the tea leaves in there. Is it tea leaves? Did you
Yeah.
put it? Okay. I don't do tea, but coffee grounds.
You can do the coffee grains. Yeah.
Pour hot water.
But if it's the
Straight
Turkish coffee and the Greek coffee, they pour all the cinnamon in there. You can put it in there and
And then
Give it
just you just tip it out. You just tip it all out, wouldn't you? That'd be the way to go.
Work.
I think that'd be ideal.
tea strainer. Will.
Yeah, I think that now that we're going to have
Then
enough,
fling it into the garden. Disposable, compostable. It works for everyone. Yeah.
done.
Coming in at number 3. Now, here in Australia, when it gets hot in summer and you go to the beach,
Yep.
very hot,
Oh, extremely hot.
right? And you get the ooh, ah as you walk.
That's the sand.
Use these masks now as beach slippers.
Oh.
Hook it over the big toe, over the heel, Gio, the heel, and you've got a little slipper. You've got a beach slipper.
One better.
One
better. Our frontliners, nurses and doctors, don't they have those slip-on shoes that go over the
Yeah, the hospital shoes.
hospital
and all
shoes?
that. Just whack these
Like mask on the
on.
bottom of it. Slide all the way through.
Slippers.
There you go. You can do all that.
Slide and stuff. Beautiful.
Internal sliders.
Slide.
That's what we can call them. This is our new franchise. Internal sliders.
Haberdashery sliders. Look for him. Look for him
You
on
can-
our webpage.
One coming to a store near you. I'm telling you. Coming in at number 2. This is David and Goliath. There's a lid on it.
I knew that.
It's a lid on it. David and Goliath. This is kids get them outside off the computers and out in the backyard. Slingshots.
Oh, yes.
Hey, got the rubber thing. Bang! Let it go.
An avocado nut in there.
A letter. You got to put a letter in there. You can airmail.
It'd be quicker than Aussie Post.
Don't knock Aussie Post.
No,
I've got a few things coming through.
I'm waiting for a package.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah,
But
slingshot would be great, actually.
perfect. How great is that?
You got a whole, big.
You know, put it on either side. You get someone to hold 2 arms.
Yeah, you get those big ones.
Bang, come through. Perfect. Some of them are actually elastic size.
No, the elastic ones. Yeah, the blue ones. We're talking about the blue.
Yeah, a blue one, but that's perfect. And then get rid of the evidence. Burn it.
Straight away. Put them on your feet.
Carry avocado.
Coming in at number 1, and Julian.
This is-
drum roll. That's a good drum roll from Julian. Coming in at number 1. If you look at a mask, Gio, you automatically think they can be fashioned into bikinis. It's the new thing. Like
No, too much material.
too much.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's
you're
good
not
for
showing
you.
enough.
You get a good tan.
You're not
You get
showing
a great
enough.
tan.
You get the bikini lines.
You get male and female. We're not discriminating.
True.
It's swimwear here. So-
True. G-string.
Well, whatever string you want. It'd be a mask string.
An M string.
An M string.
An M string.
We could call them,
Perfect. Or what's her name? What was that?
Borat. And Borat. Borat.
He carried 2, carry 1 down. Perfect.
Yeah.
Didn't what's her name? What was it? Lady Gaga. She had a suit made of meat. Can't you have a dress made of masks?
Masks as well. Promote it. We'll send her a message.
There you go.
So the
Look at
haberdashery bikini.
mask layers. I reckon that's a great. You can turn these masks into clothing
They
for the
should
poor,
be just thrown away. Not just for the poor. Let's
for the
get
poor.
Upmarket. Let's go upmarket with it.
middle class.
No, upmarket.
Okay.
Where are we in Chicago with Fab? No, upmarket with it.
Sunbury.
Get out of Coolaroo. That's our top 5.
There you
Gio.
go.
That's
Things-
our top 5.
Keep that in mind when you've got your mask. Don't just throw it out.
If you've got ideas too with masks, if
Yes.
you've got other ideas for us, we want to see.
I actually
wanna
think
see
that
it
you could
happen.
actually use them as a mini paraglider
Oh yeah,
for a little.
like for a mouse.
For a mouse.
little hamster.
A mini paragliding. That's
I think we'll actually try that during the week. We're going to try through a few of those.
see
We'll
what we can
post
do
it.
with it. Have a.
We'll post a little video.
You can make a mast, a sail,
Sailboat.
miniature sailboats.
Melbourne to Hobart with face masks. As your sail.
I'd give it a go.
Now, there's also we have a sort of a company called Choice, and the Choice magazine, and they look out for consumers and they judge and keep an eye on products that come out and say how good or crap they are. Yeah, you've heard of Choice magazine. Yeah,
I have. But weren't they actually sued because they?
Yeah,
were...
there was somebody looking after them and thought that they were a crap agency. And
Yeah.
no, but they're looking
Credit where
after
credit is due.
products and consumers in Australia.
Fair enough.
They recently tested floor cleaners.
Floor
So
cleaner.
stuff you clean your floor with, like wash and clean floorboards.
I thought there was
tiles.
a double entendre.
No,
there.
no.
Floor cleaners.
Stuff
Okay.
that you clean.
Yeah.
And they've essentially come out and said that most of it is crap. That is no better than water or just
Vinegar.
no water and a bit of vinegar. Yeah, essentially, water performs almost better than a lot
No.
of floor cleaners.
No, that's false.
Here, and I quote, floor cleaners are little more than perfume for your floor.
Deodorant.
Choice
floor.
magazines.
No, it can't be right because we use the Piner Clean, which is a disinfectant.
All right, so that's different. They're a specific floor cleaner. So a product that says is the only use for it is floor cleaner.
Yeah.
So Pino Clean, is used for disinfectant.
Yeah.
Stuff. That's
okay.
different.
Oh.
That disinfects your floor.
Yes.
Doesn't clean your floor. As in
Isn't that-
clean. No, like if there's mud and
Yeah.
crap on there,
Yeah.
it disinfects your floor. Pino Clean. Makes it smell
You,
great.
you
No, pedantics?
very
Yeah,
pedantic.
no.
That's extremely pedantic.
It doesn't. It cleans. It disinfects your floor. It doesn't clean it. There's a difference between washing mud off and washing Corona off. All right. There's a difference. Things that are touted as floor cleaners.
Good
are
analogy.
saying,
I like that.
Saying
Yes.
nothing more than perfumed water. So, here's your haberdashery warning. Use at your own risk. All right. Because what do you use when you wash the floor? What do?
We use white vinegar and hot water.
I think a lot of people do that too.
But you're not supposed to use it on tiles, apparently.
Nah, that's a bit of one of those misconceptions.
but
Don't use it on floorboards.
No,
don't use it on
floorboards you're supposed
tiles.
to. But tiles, no, because they're porous. And the vinegar erodes the tile.
No, usually they have a coating. Depending on the type of tile, I suppose, as well. Then plus the benefit is you get to make a salad after it. As well.
That's exactly what you just get the water and rinse the mop into the salad. Bit of oregano, bit of salt, bit of feta, some olives. There you go.
Something else.
Thanksgiving.
Something else I want to. We've got stupid people around. Yeah.
No, not in Australia.
In
They're all-
WA, right now, there's a guy. He's on his P plates. Okay, he got pulled over. He got breath tested.
Yep.
He blew .038
038
on P's, which is a .05 is your normal limit. Right?
Yes.
Okay. He .03 P plates. The guy's 44 years old for a start.
on P plates.
What's he doing? 44-year-old on P plates. He's a father of 6. Okay.
He's only just now realised that
Now-
travelling is worth something.
He blew .038 for eating rumbles. Now, just in the description of the word rumbles, what's your idea of what might be in a rumble?
Rum, I would suggest.
What?
Shock, horror. Rum?
Now, this guy's woofing them down, and even while he's driving, he's woofing them, gets pulled over, still woofing down rumbles. They go, blow in a bag. He goes, oh, you're over. He goes, I don't know how. Mate, you're a father of 6. 6 kids. You've had 6. You're 44 years of old.
That's
Hey,
why he's had 6.
and you're on P plates.
That's why he's had 6
Here's
kids.
the issue. Surely you would know that there's rum in rumbles.
Actually, they usually use whiskey in rumbles.
No, there's rum.
There's whiskey in.
There's rum in. Don't make me shift you to the WA bloody precinct.
It's whiskey.
There's rum in rumbles.
They put whiskey in there too.
Rum. Then that'd be whiskey balls.
No, they're not.
No.
They might be, but
They're rumbles.
I don't know him that well.
Rumbles. Rum balls. Rum balls. Rumbles.
It might be. I don't
How
know.
would
him.
you not know that there's alcohol or
But
rum in there?
there is. There was. Oh, sometimes they call them rumbles, but sometimes they don't.
Yeah,
put
but they'll
alcohol in
say
it.
these are okay. There's no rum in them. Rum in them. No rum in them.
Rum in them.
That's hard to say.
It's very hard. Rum in them. Rum in them.
Sure. And if you're on peas, you'd be going, what's in this? Before I consume like half a
Yeah,
kilo
but 44 years of
rumbles.
age on your peas. That was the question that needed to be asked first off. At 44, you're on peas. What have you been doing for the last 20 years? I mean, at 21, you get your license
Who knows?
without going.
18.
No, but you don't even.
Oh,
have
you're
to,
full, yeah.
yeah, you're full license. You don't even have to sit the exams or anything like that. At 21,
No. What are you
straight
doing?
in.
What are you doing? Actually, there's someone else that would copped a fine for eating a Magnum ice cream. You know, the
Yeah,
black, chocolate coated.
Yeah,
Because one of those cameras took a shot of her,
yeah.
and they thought that she was on the phone.
Oh,
So she got fined for being on her phone. And she was saying, no, I was eating a Magnum ice cream at the time.
could she prove it?
I think the photo showed that she was eating a Magnum ice cream.
Oh, so who fined her then?
Well, it's just an automatic, because it takes a shot of drivers. There are new cameras now that sit overhead into your windscreen and take a shot of you. And if you got your phone in your hand, you'll cop a fine. So you need to be careful, right?
Ooh,
She was holding a Magnum. And they go, yeah, holding a mobile phone,
But,
bang.
Isn't there a law
They
that?
obviously saw the shape and thought, bang, that's it.
But isn't there a law that you're not supposed to hold anything in your hands while you're driving anyway?
Oh, I'm not sure, and that depends on the state as well.
I'm pretty certain that you're not, because that's called a distraction.
Well, I'm not sure. It depends on the state. Now,
yeah, okay.
I know that in New South Wales and Victoria now as well,
Yeah.
obviously holding the mobile is an issue. But
Terror.
you can be fined if you're driving through McDonald's
Yeah.
or a drive-through and you go to pay and you use your phone to tap and pay.
No.
You can be fined.
No. That's
Yes.
False.
It's not false.
I call you on that one.
No, look it up. You can be fined. The only way you won't be fined is if you're in park and the handbrake is up and you pay.
No, because people have been fined when they're on the side of the road with the handbrake up and in park and they're on their phone.
Oh, New South Wales, I know it's New South Wales. Yeah, is that. And the ignition. But if you go through your drive-through, you can be fined for being on a mobile and paying by mobile.
But Apple Pay is on your phone.
It's on your phone. You can't be holding the device. You'll be fined.
Then how do you pay?
Normal card.
You don't have cards anymore.
All right. Then you'll have to switch your motor off the engine, put it in park, pay, and then get going again.
Geez, they're making life difficult. I tell you, I'm fed up with it. I'm
can
fed up.
be- I'm
I'm
just
done
saying
and dusted.
you
I
can-
don't want anything to do with cards anymore.
Why is your card on your
No,
phone?
I don't even know how to use that. I've got no idea. I've got no idea. Apparently, my Apple Watch, I can pay with that.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
You don't know how that.
God, no.
You don't even know how to tell the time on your Apple Watch. Well, in our call center, we work in a call center, and you're not allowed to have an Apple
Watch?
phone. No.
Why?
Well, can you take photos with that?
With this,
Yeah. You
No,
don't know.
I can
You've
set-
got no idea.
I can set my
You don't know.
phone to take.
Can
a
you
photo.
take a call or can you receive messages?
Yes.
Can you send a message?
Yes.
Then you're not allowed to have them. We're not allowed to have them for that reason.
Oh,
'Cause it's
really?
a security risk.
And so what do? So you take your phone off and
You're
put
not
it in
allowed
the
to have
locker?
them. You got to make sure that people on the phones don't have. Yeah.
So you're not allowed to take it to work.
No.
Oh,
Oh, you got to have it in your locker. You got to take it off. Put it
that's
in your-
segregation.
It's not segregation.
Of course
It's
it is.
security. It's an issue.
That's eye segregation.
No, it's not eye segregation.
It is. It's eye segregation.
No, it's
all of a
not.
sudden now, because I'm an eye person, you're telling me I can't have my
It's
eye.
a security issue. You can't have that sort of stuff on you. Now,
Is that the same for Samsung?
yeah, Samsung watch, same thing. Yeah, of course, they're not discriminatory of the brands. Gio.
It's just discriminatory of the actual watch itself.
How often, Gio, have
I'm not happy
you
with that.
like how
No,
how
no,
late?
not
Shut
happy.
up.
Not
How
happy.
late is too late to send
Not
a
happy.
text message to someone?
Like what?
Like how at night? Just any text message. Like, what are you doing? What's going on? What's that? What? How late?
Like your baby's born 3 weeks ago, and then you send it 3 weeks later to your husband and say you've got a son. Is that too late?
Yeah, that's. I mean, how late at night
Oh,
can you send text messages to people? What
Oh.
is too late? 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock? What's too late?
Oh, look, normal time. What time do you go to bed?
I'm all over the place. It doesn't matter for
Yeah,
me. 12, 2, 3 in the morning.
I
doesn't matter.
think there's got to be a standard, like about 8:30, 9 o'clock. I think there's probably.
But is that like a
decent-
general
it's-
people you don't know sort of thing, or close? Like we send messages
Yeah.
late at night.
But
Is that
family,
okay?
family, yes, family and you know,
And close.
close friends, yes. I think you can send a message.
But you would think like 9 o'clock is about
I think 8:30, 9 o'clock for someone that you don't know,
yeah.
with someone who's not close or immediate. Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
What about to a tradie? Like if you're looking,
Looking for
For a
some,
job,
yeah. No, I reckon before 8 o'clock. It has to be before about 6 o'clock, mealtime.
there was a lady just
Meal
over,
times,
over
yeah.
the weekend
Yeah.
who sent a text to the tradie. She's looking for a quote, and the quote was at 12:15 midnight. She sent, "Can you send me a quote for some carpet or something?" I know how much it's going to cost. At 12:15 in the morning. Is that too late?
I think that's a tad late, but that's something that
Because
she's
the
come to-
tradie texts back, "What the hell is going on here? 12 o'clock in the morning. What are you asking?"
I get it. I understand
too
it.
late?
That's yes. In
You
normal
think
circumstances,
tradies get up early.
yeah, but under normal circumstances, I get it.
Yeah.
But
She didn't know the tradie though.
Yeah, but when something but the thing is, when you've got something on your mind, right, that you know that you're going to get done and everything like that. Me personally, I know that I can't sleep because it's going through my head and it's round and round, and I need to get something out and I want to do something, and I think, shit, tradie, maybe I can organise a quote to see how much it's going to cost.
At 12 o'clock in the morning.
Sometimes it comes to you at that time. Epiphanies.
Hang on. You would
Epiphanies.
send a text at 12 in the morning.
Epiphanies aren't something that just
You
appear.
ship me when you send it like one at 6 o'clock in the morning. All right, I'm actually up. But I thought, what the freaking hell are you doing sitting at 6 o'clock?
I know, because you told me that you open up in the morning, so I know that you're up.
yeah.
So I know that.
What the hell are you doing at 6 o'clock? But you reckon 12 o'clock, midnight, to send a tradie
I
a
don't
message
think it's
is
right,
okay.
but I don't think it's right, but I can understand the reason behind it.
Surely you can wait.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That sometimes you get it in your head and you think you're going through psychological problems.
You're not going to take away all that bullshit. Take away all that.
But you start to take notes and you start to take mental notes.
All that
and you
shit
think,
away, GI.
tradie, I need to make sure that I understand how much it's going to cost me.
Now,
So
tradies, we know, get up. Normally, most tradies will get up early, do work, right? They're at like 7, 6, whatever start. So they'll get to bed early, right? You're not going to send a tradie a message at midnight. Come on.
But are we overrating the tradie though?
No, it's not that. It's society's we need to have it now thing. Everything's now. I need to have it now, no matter what. Now. I got to ask a question now. I got to have it now.
That's a fair point. I get that's today's society, the now society.
Yeah.
I can
think
understand.
she's gone overboard.
Too much?
I think so.
I don't know. I think maybe she could have set herself a reminder.
And do it in the morning.
And do
Why
it
couldn't she do it
8
in the
o'clock.
morning?
Set a reminder. Call tradie at 8
I know
o'clock.
it's on their mind, but surely you could just do it in the morning. Have some patience. We've lost patience.
Maybe she's single.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does. It makes a big difference because maybe she wants to get the tradie's number. Maybe she
There
likes
could
the
be an
tradie.
ulterior motive
Maybe she
there.
likes the tradie.
Maybe there was. Maybe you're right.
Maybe he he handles kids really well and things like that.
There may have been an ulterior motive. You're right.
I'm just putting it out there. I'm just saying that not
Well-
necessarily may have been for just a quote.
Having said that, there was also something in the paper about a barista, right?
Kieran?
Yeah, we spoke about coffee at
Kieran-
length last week.
Is
Gio.
Kieran back again?
Now, this barista worked at Starbucks, one of those, okay?
Yep.
So on the Starbucks coffee cup, it says something like, careful, you're about to drink a beverage that is extremely hot.
Yes, I have seen that.
Yeah?
I've seen that.
is
Actually,
on
I've seen
there.
that. I've
It's
seen that on the certain cups.
Okay. So what this guy did was, on the coffee cup, he put C message below and he put an arrow and he put it down to that disclaimer.
Yeah.
But he blanked out a couple of those words. So all it said was, careful, you're extremely hot,
Ooh.
to this woman.
Ooh. Okay.
Now,
Pickup line.
what do you think? What's good, bad,
Automatically,
indifferent, ugly, risky?
automatically serial stalker. It's a serial stalker. I mean, yeah, that's something the FBI would be involved with, the Australian
thing
Secret
is-
Service.
Her husband was in the shop with her at the time as well.
No.
And she saw that. They just laughed it off.
Did the husband think that it was for him?
Well, he just laughed it off as well. Would you laugh that off? If someone said, if a barista sent your wife that message, GI?
Yeah. I'd open the cup, hot as it is, because it's extremely hot as it would be. I'd just pour it over. On his testicles, basically.
You can't say that.
What? You can't say hot
You
testicles?
can't say that.
Scorched testicles. How's
Surely
that?
you would take that up with the guy, wouldn't you?
More than take it up.
Next thing you know, you get text for 12:15 in the morning off him. Say your coffee's ready. Here's your coffee.
I'm going out for coffee, honey. I'll be back in a minute.
That's going too far. Is that going too far?
You can't do things like that. That's unfortunate. They're things you shouldn't be doing.
GI,
Yep.
I've got a couple of tests for you. We've done the top 5.
Yep.
I've got GI's test before we head off because we're sort of running a bit behind schedule, but that's all right. So
We're going to expect that now with Fab.
I'm going to throw a few things at you.
All right.
You tell me which one of these was invented first. Now, I've gone with the food theme this week. Right?
Why? What was the theme?
Well, I sort of started with coffee and that, and it sort of progressed and sort of molded it into
Oh, okay.
food and stuff. Okay, so which one
Food was invented really early. Though.
came first
Okay.
in a domestic sense? The microwave
Yep.
or sandwich maker?
Oh, I'd go with the sandwich maker.
Came first, sandwich maker. Sandwich maker, GI, was invented and patented in 1925.
Yep.
The microwave, 1946.
Microwaves came in after the World War.
Yeah, the bomb.
Yes.
All right, now,
Yep.
what came first? margarine, or the electric toaster?
Margarine or the electric toaster?
Well, it's sort of, you can see the connection there. Toast and margarine.
I'm going to go with the toaster. The margarine was a byproduct of butter.
Okay, so the toaster was invented in 1893. Can you believe it was that far back? Margarine, 1869, GI, came from Napoleon, was asking for an alternative to butter and ended up being a byproduct.
A
Yeah.
byproduct of...
So
because
wrong on that one.
margarine, you actually see margarine in its natural state?
Apparently it's like putrid.
Yeah, nah, you don't want to do that.
All right.
All right, I'll go with that.
Here's one for you. A pepper mill grinder,
Yeah.
pepper mill, or the sugar ball dispenser that you pour your coffee, you put into the sugar, the sugar.
Well, I'd say pepper grill grinder would be... I'd say the pepper mill grinder.
Pepper mill was in 1842 again.
Yeah.
A while ago. The sugar ball dispenser, 1950.
Yeah. That was a more modern...
Yeah.
You can tell that.
All right. Now, the electric iron, which I know you're fond of,
Yes.
and the electric kettle, which I know your wife is fond of.
Okay, that's a difficult one. I might go with the kettle on that one.
The kettle was 1891.
Yeah.
The iron, 1882.
That's crap. I dispute that. I dispute that.
Look it up.
No, I have.
Look it up.
I
No,
just-
you haven't. Have you? You haven't.
I have.
Look it up.
I actually know the iron.
The electric iron.
Yeah,
electric
yeah,
iron.
I know the iron, but it started off as the normal steam iron, as the hot
Yeah,
iron,
yeah, yeah.
where they put the coals in it and everything.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about electric iron.
But the electric wasn't involved.
1882.
1982.
Hey.
I'm telling you.
Good boy, Sunbeam. All right, here's one close to your heart.
Okay,
all right?
very close.
The refrigerator
Ooh, Australian made.
and the coffee machine in a commercial sense. So shop coffee type machine.
Oh,
Coffee machine or the refrigerator?
well, I'm going to go the refrigerator on that one.
Oh, GI, the coffee machine was 1884. The refrigerator, 1899.
Dispute that again.
Don't
The coffee
you can do all-
machine.
you can
The
dispute
coffee
all you
machine. It's not a coffee machine.
You're disputing the fridge, not the coffee machine.
No, but the coffee machine was much later than that because it came in coffee shops in 1902.
No, it was. Yeah, but it was created in 1984. Not when it got into shops.
It wasn't painted then.
Yes,
either.
it was.
No, it
Yes,
was
it
painted
was.
just after that.
No.
It was.
No.
I have one of the original painted.
No.
It was Michelangelo. He painted a coffee machine.
That's why it took him so long to paint the Sistine Chapel.
He painted one of those.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
I'm not happy with that
I
one.
know you're not happy with that. That's how it goes. That's how we roll, GI.
All right, fair enough.
I reckon, GI, done and dusted.
I think the show's done. I think it was fantastic that we had Fab on tonight.
It was great having Fab. It's good seeing him again.
That was look, his perspective and his point of view on American society, which he's now become a major part of.
Well, we're influenced a lot by what happens over there.
Well, we are. We have their holidays. We have Halloween. We're now having Black Friday, which has nothing to do with us. Coming
Which is
this
just a
Friday on the
sales
27th. I don't get it. But we are very much America sneezes, we catch a cold.
But it was good to hear what they were really doing, what was really happening with Trump and the coronavirus and how they're reacting to it. So it's good. So we'll continue to do that. We'll have Fab on again next week, Gio.
Yeah, I
It's
think
great.
that this is great. I did enjoy that. He does know how to tell a story.
Now, there's also been a few calls, GI, for the master to come back.
Okay.
All right. Now, there's still this whole virus thing, sort
Yeah.
of the coronavirus. He's in quarantine at the moment. There's a whole lot of political correctness stuff as well with him, GI. So I'm not sure how that's going to go. But we'll talk to our legal team
Yep.
and our well-being team
Well, HR.
and our Microsoft team
Yeah. People in.
and our soccer team and any other team that we have that's connected and see how we go.
And
what
our
you-
teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a big thank you to Chili And for the
And all the Chileans.
2011 Shiraz that they provided there. Thank you so much.
All the great Chileans in the world.
Thank you to Fab. Thank you to you guys, the Haberdashers. We hope to see you all again next week here on the Haberdashery Boys.
Good night.
I bid you farewell.
Buonanotte. Catches.
You may want to try something.